All right. My name is Renee Moorfield, and I'm co-chair of the Wellness and Government Initiative for the Global Wellness Institute. The mission of the Institute is to empower wellness worldwide, and it does that through a myriad of initiatives in a number of sectors and industries around the world. Wellness and Government Initiative is interviewing wellness leaders around the world, and today I will be interviewing Alejandro Ortiz Carbajal. I'm going to read this about you, Alejandro, so I make sure I get this correctly. You are a current member of the Regional Wellness and Tourism Board, responsible for developing the 2017 wellness program for San Miguel de Allende in Mexico. San Miguel, if I understand, is not only a World Heritage Site designated by UNESCO, but it's also third place on Travel and Leisure's 2016 World's Best City list. And you are doing some amazing work, from what I understand, not only there, but with the State Minister of Tourism to turn well-being into local and regional policies and hopefully national policies by 2018 and beyond. So pretty amazing work, and I just want to thank you for agreeing to do this interview with me today.
Thank you very much. I'm very glad to be here and share what we have done from our side.
So I've got just a few questions, and we'll go pretty organically. There was nothing you needed to do to prepare for the interview. What do you see as the role wellness will play in the future of San Miguel, the region, and or the country? So you can take this question as large as you would like. In the next 10 years, so there's some reason why you all have decided to really organize and orchestrate this big effort to make wellness a priority. In the next 10 years, what vision do you see for that?
Well, starting from the initiative that we are doing in San Miguel, and starting in San Miguel, what I see in San Miguel is to be the first city, the first wellness city in Mexico. And that will happen if the government keeps supporting these initiatives. Because as for now, we already have signed an agreement with the mayor of San Miguel de Allende, who is supporting all this wellness program, which is going to be a whole wellness week. And also, as you mentioned, we have the support of the tourism state secretary. So from there, and we have had these conversations already with the mayor and with the tourism secretary, that if the events, if the program, if the initiative is successful, we're going to grow it into the whole nation. First, we're going to replicate it to other states, and then as more states join into these wellness initiatives, probably we're going to share it to all the nation. So if we talk about 10 years from now, my vision is to have a wellness secretary, as we already have a tourism secretary, an education secretary, treasury secretary. So my vision is to have a wellness secretary, not only in Mexico, but also in the whole world. We're talking about something that is, if you see how the wellness as the industry is growing, and all these kind of things like this initiative from the Global Wellness Institute is going, you can foresee that most probably will happen. Also, if you see that, for example, in Dubai, there's already a Secretary of Happiness, we are not talking of something that is impossible or something that is crazy. I think right now with these initiatives putting in action, we can see that it's very, very real, and it's already happening. So I'm very excited about this, and I look forward to keep working. It's hard work, but in the end, it's for the well-being of the people.
So what role do you see wellness and well-being playing specifically for Mexico itself? What can you imagine would be possible for Mexico with wellness becoming more of a priority? I'm imagining now that's exciting to have a wellness secretary, you know, that thought that might really be realized.
Oops, sorry.
Okay.
I think I think also that in the long run, what I want to see is to have a wellness more accessible for all the people, for all the society. Wellness currently it's perceived a little bit more as a luxury thing than as an accessible thing for everyone. So my idea, and working with the government, with some other initiatives together with the government, would be to create some wellness spaces for all the society to be accessible to get wellness. So that's what I see in the long run, with all these initiatives and with wellness taking into the government actions. That's my vision. That's what I want to see as an individual, to have the wellness given to all the society in Mexico.
So really making it available and accessible to everybody.
Correct, exactly, yes.
So when you say that San Miguel may be, or your vision is that San Miguel may be the first wellness, what would it mean to be a wellness city?
What would be what?
What would it
Sorry?
mean to be a wellness city? What does it mean to be a wellness city?
Basically, what we have discussed with the government and how we need to streamline how we are going to be a wellness city. First of all, we have a lot of wellness activities to offer in San Miguel. We have a lot of thermal waters. We have a lot of ecotourism. We have a lot of restaurants who offer healthy food. We have different activities that involve fitness, wellness. There are world-class facilities in terms of spas and hotels. So we want to promote those activities because, of course, San Miguel is a touristic city. We want to promote those services, and we want to also maximize the service providers in terms of having the quality for to offer to all the tourists coming to San Miguel. So if we have all the service providers certified and very well trained, we can promote the city as a wellness destination. And also we have talked about getting certified different hotels, because as you know, wellness certification with Delos, it's also moving forward. And wellness architecture it's also another trend, and there are coming out some other certifications in terms of wellness architecture. So with the support of the government, we're thinking as well to get some of the hotels certified, and then we're going to be offering many different wellness aspects in the city, which no other city in Mexico will be offering. And that's how we want to mention and to promote the city as a wellness city.
So if you all had a chance, this was not one of my questions, but I'm just curious because you're so far along in your approach. Have you all had a chance to explore, measure the state of wellness with the citizens today in the city? Is that part of, to take a broad look?
Also, there are other discussions within the government, and actually the government is taking action. For example, they are building a big parking lot where everyone coming to San Miguel city will park their cars over there, and they will go walking towards the downtown of San Miguel. So it's going to be a walking city. The downtown city of San Miguel is going to be a walking area. So that will also enhance the wellness of everybody coming here and also everyone living in here. So there are many different initiatives to enhance wellness from the people living in San Miguel as well. But the council, which I am part of, we are going to streamline all these different initiatives to make it clear and to give it a structure, and in the long run as well to get some data and analyze how and when we put in action an initiative, we can measure the results accurately.
Yeah. So how will you and you may not even know this yet, and it's fine if you don't, I'm just curious, how will you measure the results? Are you using any well-being metrics, or are you just...
Yeah, like you said, right now I wouldn't say, but just talking out of the box, probably we could partnership with some research facilities in Mexico. Mexico is huge, and we have the technology, and we have very good doctors and research facilities. So I don't know, maybe we could partnership with some research facility, bring them down, and have them to do what they do, and just follow up with that.
Yeah, that would be an interesting partnership, because then you'd be able to really ground your efforts in data that then can be learned from other countries, which is terrific. You know, for you,
exactly,
for Mexico to really be a leader, a wellness leader, and a thought leader and a practice leader for other countries. So let me ask you one more question. You mentioned when you talked about the vision of wellness for San Miguel and for Mexico, that one piece of the vision is to make wellness more accessible to people. So I know from doing an interview, I did an interview with this brilliant epidemiologist who you will get to meet soon, Jerry Boddicker, who's part of our wellness and government team. And he studies around the world what are the indigenous wellness practices, wellness and healing practices already available in cultures around the world. And I'm curious the extent to which you all have been able to tap into those practices, the traditional indigenous health and healing practices as part of your wellness efforts, if at all. And you may not have done that, but I'm curious if you've been able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna re-ask that question, because I know we had an interruption with our technology there. So the question was, to make wellness more accessible for people, have you been able to tap into any traditional indigenous health and healing practices that are part of the culture as part of your wellness efforts? And can you give me an example maybe of how you've done that?
We haven't thought about it, but well, we haven't thought about it the way you are presenting it, but definitely we have a lot of temazcals in San Miguel de Allende. Temazcal is, as you know, this kind of igloo hole where you get in, and it's very indigenous to Mexico, and it's a wellness ceremony. In different parts of Mexico, it's celebrated with different ceremonies, but it is the same. So in San Miguel, we have different temazcals, and we have had conversations with different service providers where they are either thinking in building one or promoting more the one that they have currently. So that would be something that we could think of tapping into to make more accessible wellness to the people in San Miguel.
Yeah, that's a great example. That's a really good example. So what challenges or bumps are you foreseeing kind of along the way? You've got a big vision, and I know it's not, as you mentioned, this is really hard work, and it's a lot of effort and a lot of passion. I'm curious as to what do you foresee as being a challenge?
Yes, well, first of all, I have to say that I haven't done it myself. I'm just the voice of this whole regional council. And it has been a joint effort from many different people. I have to mention Mario Reza, who is the president of this council, has done a lot. And many other people within the council. And what we have achieved so far, it has been an effort of 2 years working with many different challenges. So in the future, from now on, of course, we will encounter many other challenges and obstacles. And what I see the biggest challenge is to convince the government that this is a very good thing to do, and that it will benefit the society and the people, and in the long run to the government. The mayor of San Miguel knows it, and he says it's very easy for me because wellness for me is happiness, and if you have the people happy, that means that they have wellness, which is true, right? But the little things are the ones that take more effort. So in the long run, from now on, and to make it nationwide, I think the biggest challenge is to convince the government and to get the resources, because it's not easy to get the resources to create the programs and to create big events to make awareness of the wellness. For example, this Wellness Week is going to be a huge week with a Congress, with the Global Wellness Day celebration, with another festival. And of course, the government is supporting us and is giving us some resources in money, but it's not enough to have it all done. So we are getting other resources from other companies. So I think the biggest challenge is to get the resources from the government and to work together with the government, and also all the other paperwork and bureaucracy that involves working with the government. Because in order to make an event in a city, you have to send a lot of papers, get signatures, get interviews, go there and talk and discuss. So I think that's the biggest challenge, because people, the society are very keen to get wellness. And once you give them a wellness event, a wellness initiative, they are just willing to embrace it. So the biggest challenge is going to be that.
Well, you said that you've only been working on it 2 years, and I know it's been a long time from the work standpoint, but I can tell you from listening to you and knowing about these long-term wellness initiatives, you guys have done an amazing amount of work. And I really applaud your efforts, not only for San Miguel, I mean, getting the agreement signed off with the mayor, getting Wellness Week established, celebrating Global Wellness Day in the way that you're doing it, having the Congress, being a leader in the country around making wellness a priority. It's a really big deal, and I have a lot of respect for your efforts. I appreciate your time very much, and thank you for doing this interview.
Thank you, Renee. Yes, well, we are here, and we are all here because wellness is our passion. So I'm very glad to work with you and with the initiative and with all the other leaders to spread wellness around the world, and keep energized with your passion and with the passion of the other wellness leaders around the world.
Yep. Thank you.